brand new year, 2020. Super excited to be here. Roaring 20s. I'm ready to crush it on Amazon.
We're already crushing it on Amazon.
This video talks about how to optimize your business to make the most money in 2020.
Amazon is trending. It is what is hot right now. I highly recommend, if you're not selling on it, learn how to sell on it and start making money. Start grabbing into the pot because we don't know how long this is going to last.
Absolutely. Smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and enjoy.
Stay lit.
All right, New Year 2020. It's crazy the opportunity selling plants on Amazon. We've private labeled about 50 different SKUs just in under one variation.
We have blue plants, green plants, red plants, 1-inch plants.
Yeah, 2-inch plants, 2-foot plants.
Plastic plants, brown plants.
Metal plants.
Wooden plants, stainless steel plants.
We have all the plants. It's the year of the plants on Amazon.com. So if you're not searching Jungle Scout or Helium 10 for plants, you're missing out on a ton of opportunity.
We're planting plants in front of our plant right now.
Yeah, it's all about planting plants and then planting seeds to grow our Amazon business.
Damn.
How are we planting those seeds in 2020? Yeah, it's a brand new year. I know I'm planting a ton of seeds. Well, I know you're digging and planting a ton of seeds.
The first thing we did is I sat down and I wrote my vision for the year. I wrote down what needs to be done, and that's what I'm working on internally because I know that's going to externally kind of push and direct everyone around me because they're going to see what I'm doing, and hopefully for some it'll motivate, and for the ones that aren't motivated it won't, but that's okay. And then the other thing is what you and Humble Ted just did, which is you guys broke down the 2019 numbers and then we sat down with all the different departments and we looked at the numbers and we were like, this is what we need to get better at. This is what is phenomenal right now, because we don't only talk about what we need to get better. We also applaud where it's due, and there was a lot of applause.
A lot of applause.
We went up 7 percentage points. $22.5 million in sales just on Amazon.com. That's 7 percentage points higher than the year before. So 0.07 times 22.5 million. You guys do the math. More profit this year than the year before. And we have a lot of things in line, different projects right now, which are going to help automate some processes and really take us to the next level. But
100%.
But I think the foundation of 2019. Remember, we sat down and it was end of November, beginning of December, and we looked at the numbers and we planned 2019, and that's the sole reason we're here and we're kind of applauding ourselves now.
Absolutely. So January 2nd, we all came back to the office. After the new year, we took a week off. Everybody enjoyed themselves. Well, they took a week off. We were
most of the time. I did go to Great Wolf Lodge. Took the 4 kids there, my wife. It was really awesome time. Couple days there, but besides that though, we were here. Yeah.
So January 2nd, we came in. A few days prior, he was just saying, Ted and I, we reviewed every single supplier we have. Right, which is close to 50 suppliers.
Yeah.
And we reviewed them in a Google document, and we had, total sales, profit margin, profit percentage, ordered items, returns, all that great stuff. And we started removing them one by one and keeping the ones that were profitable and we're going to continue to do business with.
And deciding which ones to grow more with.
Yeah.
Deciding which ones we really need to connect more with and grow more business.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just about looking at the bad, like Sebastian said. It's about looking at the good and growing those relationships. And I think when all was said and done, I think we removed close to 10 distributors. I think it was close to $250,000 in sales with those distributors in 2019. But because we have these new goals for 2020, they didn't quite cut the prerequisites to move into the new year. So we're no longer going to do business with them currently. Does that mean we just delete their numbers, no more contacts, go through our emails, delete Absolutely not, because an opportunity may crop up where we can rebuild that relationship and we might get a higher discount or they might get a crazy deal on something. So we're not closing the door.
Absolutely.
We're just not placing orders in the interim.
No, absolutely, we're not closing the door on all of them. I mean, I'm having lunch with one of them on Friday, and the point is now he's bringing new opportunities to fruition for 2020, and we did the same thing last year with one of our health and beauty distributors, where we wanted a larger discount because we were purchasing more, and we knew it was the right thing and it was the right time, and they didn't want to, so we stopped purchasing from them completely for a little bit. We don't recommend that, but for us, we kind of knew what we were doing here, and sure enough, I think less than a month later, they were contacting us, agreeing to the larger discount, and we've had that larger discount with them ever since.
And our average sale price for that company is in the top 3 average sale prices for our entire business, and our margins are super high now, all because we stepped away a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I'm really looking forward to 2020. It has a lot of promises, and yeah, we removed some, but also look at all the ones that when we reviewed them with our staff, how many we noticed that we could really be pushing the pedal a little bit harder. We could be ordering more from them. And that's what we want you guys to be doing. I hope you guys are writing down your numbers. I hope you're documenting everything that you're doing, especially when it comes to sourcing and to placing orders and the expenses and the shipping. You don't know how much money we've saved this year just switching shippers and negotiating with previous shippers that we worked with. I mean, we've dropped our shipping expenses in half.
Yeah.
In half to fulfillment centers. In a third since about 3 years ago. So how's that possible? Gas is going up, things are getting more expensive, but yet we're paying a third of what we used to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
Negotiation.
It's a game changer.
Right.
100%.
Right.
Something else you definitely want to consider, I can't stress this enough, is 2020, whether you're new, seasoned, if you have zero experience going to trade shows, you have to start attending trade shows. We're hitting some phenomenal trade shows this year.
Yeah.
Some life-changing trade shows.
Yeah.
Trade shows where we met distributors who have changed our entire business trajectory. Yeah, so some other things you want to be doing in 2020, now this beginning of the year, is analyzing and making some changes internally to your workflow. Because a lot of money can be saved. I'm talking, depending on how big your business is, for us, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars a year are saved by streamlining our efficiencies and making sure that what's happening in our warehouse is optimized and best suits our company for what we do. Because you can't just take someone else's warehouse and implement those ideas into your warehouse, because e-commerce is such a different marketplace. You have FN SKUs, ASINs, UPCs, variety packs, bundles, different boxes. So it's crazy how all these different processes take place, and it's different than any other business.
Right.
So you really need to take a look at that. And we're going to Nashville in a couple weeks, and we're doing some warehouse visits to help people, optimize and streamline their warehouses so they can make as much money as possible in 2020.
We've saved tens of thousands of dollars on just boxes, and then we save thousands on just tape, right? And just the tape we use, and it's really about looking at everything you're doing. You don't need to be in a warehouse. You could be in a garage. You could be in a basement. You could be storing the products in your living room. But everything that you're purchasing, all your expenses, you need to analyze that and then optimize it. I have a new word for 2020, and it's full potential. And that's what you need to push your business to its fullest potential, its full potential.
I like that. I'll have to get it tatted on me.
It's the bling bling. It's full potential, bro.
The full potential. So are you hitting the full potential of your opportunities?
Are you pushing yourself? Do you really want to see success? Because if you really want to see success, like Amazon is as hot as it's ever been. Right now, it looks like it's going to continue going in that same trajectory, but right now, you got to strike. 2020 is here. Let's get off the couch. Let's turn off the Netflix. Let's start growing the business, watching YouTube content, joining some Facebook groups, reading what Amazon offers right there on their Seller Central to teach you everything about the foundation, which is Seller Central. And then from there, you could follow us and you could learn about sourcing, or you could go check out some videos. Some are good, some are not. But the thing is, you really just need to get out there, take action, and do it now. It's January already. You don't want to waste another year, because this is our industrial revolution, this e-commerce boom that we're seeing right now. And we don't know if this will be, how long this will be around, or when it will end.
You know what? Now that we're in 2020, let's make some predictions.
Yeah.
It's not some Nostradamus shit.
Okay.
Let's do some. I see honestly the lifespan of a business like ours, Amazon seller. I 5 to 8 years. Let's even go. I think that's a little too wide. I'll say 5 to 7 years. I think 5 to 7 years. What we're doing as a business model, not that it won't exist anymore, it will be completely different.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
So I think in 5 to 7 years, like, there's just so much change that's happening, whether it's the 5G network, augmented reality. I really don't know where we're going to go, but I can tell you that in the next year, one of the big things that's happening, and it already started happening, is videos. Vine now. Now there's Vine reviews. Amazon's allowing certain reviewers that they deem worthy to post Vine reviews about products. So you can use your private label products, the ones that have EBC, enhanced brand content. You could use their new Vine reviews, which they have in the advertising drop down right there. It says Vine reviews. If you have EBC content, you'll click that and you have an opportunity to have one of these authenticated reviewers leave a Vine review right where the images are. And that's kind of just the beginning, I see. I think we're going to get away from images and everything's going to be video, right? That's what we're used to. We don't see photos when we watch TV for a commercial. Everything's video.
Yeah.
And so as the networks continue to get better, Wi-Fi continues to get better, that's what it's going to, databases grow or videos compress, everything's going to go to video.
Yeah, I actually saw my first Vine review this afternoon. I was buying, I think it's called a monopod. It's like a tripod, but with one leg. And the guy reviewed it, and it was like so helpful. It was like 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
It changed and I didn't buy it. And he gave it 4-star review, but he said he held it up like to the camera, and you could see it was bent. And he said like just the aluminum that it was made out of was cheap, and like we're putting a $900 camera on the end of it. You know, I'm not going to buy something cheap.
Yeah.
But like because of that Vine review, it persuaded me to not buy that product.
Yeah, it's gonna really revolutionize, and it's gonna. I believe it's gonna help these reviews, because unfortunately there's some poor players in the game. I get it; they want to get their product out there, and they're willing to do anything. And they used to pay for reviews, but now you'll have legitimate reviews coming online, like this guy who gave 4 stars. So it's a decent product, but he gives you also where it needs improvement.
We're at the start of the Roaring 20s.
Yes, we are.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Land of opportunity, tons of opportunity, and Amazon is the land where the opportunity exists.
Yeah.
And you need to be in the opportunity if you're going to exceed and succeed in the opportunities.
He gets like this at nighttime. He really gets revved up about Amazon. Don't mind him.
It's just the opportunities.
There are a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, as the world continues to contract, basically because of the internet, it's going to allow us players on Amazon. So don't look at just Amazon like, oh, look, Amazon US and it's oversaturated. First of all, that's a lie. It's not. There's plenty of room for plenty of sellers. Just look how many brick and mortar companies are out there, right? So there's plenty of room. But also, as the world continues to contract and follow that same flow, which is usually the U.S. gets the tech first, U.S. gets the cars first, U.S. gets the TV first, right? U.S. gets e-commerce blown up first, the rest of the world follows. And as the rest of the world follows and the world contracts, if you have the experience to sell on Amazon, if you've grown your Amazon business, you'll be able to expand to those other marketplaces, which is what we're beginning to do now in 2020. This is what we're preparing for. We're preparing to expand into these first world countries, but sooner or later, these second and third world countries are also going to move to e-commerce, and we're going to be there to capitalize.
100%. We're super excited about what this new year, new decade has to bring. We're ready to hustle as hard as possible. I think it's prime time for hustling. Every day's prime time for hustling.
Yeah.
And we're not going to sleep on this opportunity. We're going to take full advantage of it and continue to grow and continue to flourish because it's possible. We're living it.
Yeah, so if you're new, do your research on RA, do your research on OA, do your research on Amazon Wholesale and Amazon Private Label. Join us on Instagram, ask us questions, check out the content, DM us, follow us along our journey. Do not get scammed by a lot of these one-hit wonders who they tell you that they've done bazillion, but they never show you any numbers. They never show you their operation. Please. Unfortunately, there's some bad players out there, but there are also a lot of good players out there. Just do your research. I know a lot of you are amped up and you're hearing this. You're like, wow, I'm ready to take it to the next level. But don't rely on the message of somebody else before you at least look into the information, dig a little deeper. And the other thing I want to leave you guys with is we came from a basement, lifting 50-pound boxes, bringing them to the UPS store in a van, and now here we are today.
So thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications.
Stay lit.
Stay lit.